Charlie Kirk keeps on bringing more heat at these anti-Israel protests and college campuses. And I, the traveling clad, your favorite Zionist white colonizer, is going to take a look at it. Let's take a look.
Do you think, who's the bad actor, Israel or Hamas?
I believe that what Hamas is doing wrong, but that's not okay for what Israel is doing to the
Correct.
What is Israel doing exactly? Tell me in detail. Where is it happening? War crimes, really? How?
What do you mean how? They're killing little kids, man.
Well, hold on. Killing kids. You mean they drop leaflets before they bomb in Gaza? They warn civilian corridors before they ever engage militarily. They do emergency medical procedures for any person in Gaza that might need it. Do you understand what's actually?
They're doing good, but it's okay for them to do bad. Then that's
it's called war, saying. Okay? And in war, sometimes bad things happen. Who started this? It's not a war crime. Throwing around war crime is a ridiculous. You know what a war crime is? A war crime is going into kibbutzes. Time out. Going into kibbutzes, going into the Nova Music Festival, going into people's places of residences on October 7th. And putting.
So, okay, you guys keep bringing up October 7th. You guys are doing bad.
Yeah, it's pretty important.
Okay.
If you're going to all of a sudden attack Jews on their holiest day of the interior of Israel, expect a whirlwind and don't complain about it when it comes forward.
So what's happening is that.
Because if you're going to go into the interior of Israel and start babies' throats in their homes, not even going after military.
Can I say something, please? So basically what Israel doing is bad. Hamas is doing is bad. Okay.
I'm not even contending what Israel is doing is bad.
So what Israel doing isn't bad. Killing children isn't bad is what you're saying?
Hold on a second, but you have to go instance by.
Is it or not?
I
need a yes
are
or
they
no.
intentionally killing kids? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
No, they are not.
So
that is complete
BS. Why are there so many dead kids? Why are you okay with dead babies?
Good question. Why are there dead kids? Because Hamas has no
war
care.
crimes
Time out.
Israel.
So you think Israel? Let me get this straight. Let's think how irrational it is. Israel sits around.
Are you okay with dead
Let me hold on.
babies?
I want to make sure this is okay.
No, I need
Of course, I'm not okay with dead kids. Okay, ridiculous.
So
I'm the most pro-life person. I've debated for
doing?
2 hours. Time out. Stop interrupting me. Do you think Israel? Do you think Israel sits around and they say, how do we kill more kids in Gaza today?
I mean, so why are they killing kids then?
Exactly. Let's think. Maybe it's because Hamas uses the kids as human shields on top of their military bases. Maybe that's why. Maybe because the people of Hamas have no concern for the life of their own people.
If you really believe that, all right, you gotta be really stupid, man, to actually assume that that's the case.
We have documented cases.
You have to be really stupid, man, to again, hey, man. This is not a dig on Latinos, huh? Most Latinos are pro-Israel, and I appreciate them for it. You assuming, man, very stupid, are you?
Hospitals, schools, and military installations layered with civilians. In fact, IDF goes to such great extent. Do you understand?
Okay.
So let me just ask you, how do you think Israel should have responded? 1,300 people die. How should Israel respond?
Can I ask you?
Man, I need to accuse I got accused about it. I got accused about Palestine.
Something, because you've had your chance. Can I talk for you?
Answer it. How should Israel respond? 1,300 civilians killed. How should Israel respond?
Kirk, Mr. Kirk, you had your chance to talk. Can I ask you something?
Okay, no answer.
Are you okay with kids dying? Yeah.
No, every kid dying is a tragedy, of course.
Okay, all right? So then again, Israelis are killing the kids. Yes or no?
It's collateral damage in a war, of course. America, we killed tens of thousands of kids in World War II unintentionally.
For the one person
that
dies, it's okay to kill 10 kids. Is basically what you're saying.
That's actually not what's happening at all.
That is, because you're blaming on October 7th.
Again, every human life is a tragedy. You must understand, in war, of which Hamas invited upon themselves. Hamas basically said, we're going to go invite and provoke you, Israel, and then they're complaining that Israel's better at war than them. That's what's happening.
Killing kids is not better at war.
Okay, again,
what's
to understand the military context of what's happening in Gaza, it is a complete wasteland. Understand, the combatants of Hamas, combatants of Hamas, they're indistinguishable to that of civilians. They don't use the actual rules of engagement. They don't wear uniforms. IDF wears uniforms. No one in Hamas wears uniform. That's not correct. They don't wear uniforms. They disguise themselves as civilians. They'll do bombing all the time against IDF. This is the hardest war that any military has ever had to fight in the modern context. And spare me the nitpicking of the Western world saying,
for October 7th. You can't talk about nitpicking.
Here's a moral difference. You know the moral difference? October 7th.
One little thing.
Little thing.
Okay, look.
October 7th was a little thing.
What happened was bad, yes.
It was unspeakably evil. You know why?
Okay, it was bad.
Because number one, it was not in a
bad?
theater of war. Number two, they didn't go after military targets. This is how cowardly Hamas is. They didn't go after Israel military bases.
Do you think I agree with Hamas?
No, I'm not saying that, but understand the moral difference.
What I'm with is the Palestinians and the fact that there's kids dying, there's people dying.
I don't like kids dying,
Exactly.
but you know who's responsible
So
for the kids
we're
dying? Hamas is responsible for the kids dying, not Israel.
And Israel.
Hamas is
And
responsible
Israel.
for their own kids dying.
Okay.
They provoked
Okay.
Israel.
Can I ask
Israel
you
responds.
another question? Charlie Kirk,
By the way, that's another great.
what's the
Thank
thing
you for
that
bringing
Jews wear again?
that. The kippah or the yarmulke?
Yarmulke. I've seen a video of you wearing it, yes?
Yes, out of adoration and respect when I went to the Western Wall.
Okay,
Correct.
I was just curious,
Do you know
that's
why
all.
they wear it actually?
I don't.
Because
but-
they believe that Hashem is always above you and that God is always judging you. And as a Christian, I have a more nuanced theological view than that, but I think it's actually a beautiful thing. I think it's a beautiful thing to wear something
Yeah,
above your head and believe there's a
it's like
God
a
who
culture
judges you
thing.
and designs you.
It's
I
just a
can
culture
respect
thing.
that.
I celebrate other cultures as well. I was just curious.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for having this argument.
Okay, again, in closing,
In closing, we agreed to
if
disagree.
Israel dropped down all their weapons, what would happen?
I believe Hamas will drop down and we'll leave them.
What a fucking idiot. What a
If
fucking
Israel
asshole.
drop down all their weapons,
What a jackass, huh?
I'm in hope that Hamas will do the same. In hope, I can't hope for no war.
Get off the stage, you fucking jerk off. Get off the fucking stage, man.
I'm in hope. I'm in hope.
Hamas's charter is the elimination of the Jewish state.
I'm in hope that Hamas will drop all their weapons. I'm in hope. I'm in hope that this war stops in general.
No one likes what's
Nobody
happening.
likes war.
However,
You
we
don't,
must
I
be
don't.
morally clear why it started.
Yeah.
What was the beginning of it? What was the genesis? And the
Yeah,
genesis
yeah.
was Hamas on one of the holiest days on the Jewish calendar, which is Samat Torah. They decided to go on Shabbat,
Okay.
not to attack military bases,
Okay.
not to go after the IDF. They went into homes. They went to kibbutzes. They went to music festivals. They took hostages. And guess what? When they went back to Gaza, they were celebrated as heroes. They threw rave parties for these terrorists. They weren't like, whoa, this is kind of
wrong. What Hamas
wrong.
is doing is bad. What Israel
I
is
agree,
doing is
but
bad
there's a
as
much
well.
deeper cancer and a rot happening in Gaza than just
It's
Hamas.
I can say the same thing about Israel.
Really?
I just can't.
How could you say that?
I just can't.
Do you know that there are Arab members of the Knesset? Are there Jewish members of the Gaza or Palestinian Authority? You know that there's an Arab member of the
Okay,
Israeli
Charlie
Supreme Court?
Kirk, I understand, man.
No, this is important because I don't like, again, I'm an America First guy, but I'm also a truth seeker. And I
Okay.
don't like to see the singular
sir.
Jewish state of half the world's Jewry maligned and slandered every single day for
not
no good
slandering
reason.
them.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you're an idiot, sir. And you're a very, very stupid human being. And Charlie Kirk, once again, I don't like to use the label destroyed, but Charlie Kirk slayed on that one. He fucking cooked the guy. He destroyed on that one. But this is, you know, when I was in New York City recently doing this stuff, this is half the people that the Israel Palestine with the killing babies, and you're like, well, okay, can you rationalize why babies are being killed? Well, but they have the Zionists want to murder babies, and you're like, okay, why do we want to murder babies? Because do you want to get rid of all the Palestinians, sir? Palestinian population has increased tenfold since 1948 and continues to increase every single day, even under the current genocide. You guys like a killing baby. It boils down to we just have fun killing babies, which I don't like to throw around the word anti-Semitism anymore because fuck, that's become a meme also. But it's anti-Semitism. Like I could at least say when your argument boils down to we enjoy murdering babies, it's basically anti-Semitism. It's pretty much like the famous European anti-Semitism. There's like, I want to find a different thing for it. I want to find a different thing. You don't like me because I'm brown. You don't like me because I pray towards the Western Wall. But if your argument boils down to the whole murdering baby things, we enjoy that. You kind of a little bit of anti-Semite. Just saying. It looks like you are. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you in the next one. We love Charlie Kirk. I'll see you. Bye-bye. If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.